What's the status with Ray?
He's going to play.
What do you expect?
Yeah, thank you, guys. See you tomorrow.
When's the last time you could actually say you had a full complement of guys?
It's been a while. Well, that's for sure. And let's keep it that way. It'd be nice.
Do you have any expectations in terms of minutes, in terms of restrictions?
There's no restrictions. I mean, obviously he hasn't played. He hasn't gone up and down since he's been injured. So we did only half court yesterday. So tonight will be his first time playing full court in probably about 3 weeks.
How did he look yesterday and then this morning his shoot around?
He looked okay. I mean, he looked a little rusty, which he should be. But he was aggressive, and that was good to see.
When was it decided that he would play?
Well, he said this morning, but we waited until right after he did his shooting.
Considering how much work he does even just to get open and have picks and all that, I mean, how much stress do you think a guy can take?
Oh, I don't know, Murph. I mean, we'll find that out. I don't think it's the stress. I think it's just as far as if he's healthy, it's the lungs. As far as the injury, listen, I don't think anyone knows.
What does it do to Atlanta not to have Josh?
Well, I mean, he's a heck of a player. He's all-star caliber. Should have made it, or debatable. That's a blow for them. We've dealt with it all year.
Obviously, Ray's wanted to come back for the duration of this, but it seemed yesterday he said, kind of before game 2, he almost seemed like he had a renewed desire to, I have to beat this thing. I have to. He said, I have to.
Well, I think he just came to that conclusion that I think he came to a conclusion that the pain's not going to go away. He has to find a way to play with it, and he has to find a way to be effective with it. And I think he also probably accepts there may be a day or two that he can't play. And I think what everyone was trying to do is eliminate it so when he comes back, he's back. I don't think we are thinking in those terms anymore. We're just going to go game in and game out and see how he goes.
I know you said that you always say you're not a doctor, but just from how many stops and starts you had, was there ever a point in the last couple of weeks where you were kind of saying, okay, there's a good chance we're going to have to do this without him?
No, Eddie kept saying there's going to be a point that he'd play. We just didn't know when.
Sounds like Marvin Williams is going to be the other starter forward. Does that put any with Bass now? We'll have to chase around.
Yeah, that's hard. I mean, we worked on that all day. Even with the thought that we thought Josh was playing, but we worked on the small lineup because we really felt that that's, if you look at them most of the year, when their best lineup has been that lineup, where they go small. So at least we've had some work on it. That's all we worked on yesterday and today.
Did he go through anything during game 2? Did you have a conversation with him or after?
No. I mean, he was upset because I was upset. But other than that, no. I don't. I move on pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Did you ever, when you had Tracy, you ever think you'd see him play power forward someday?
Well, I thought he could do about everything. I mean, really, we had the one lineup, if you remember, where we had him, Grant, and Mike Miller. We didn't know who was the one, the 2 or the 3. We just told them to go figure it out. They all 3 were talented enough to do it. Tracy's one of those guys, though. He has the height, not necessarily the size, but he's a gifted player and high basketball IQ guys can do that.
Is ever a worry, Doc, when the other team's missing so many good players that it affects your team?
Yeah, it always is. But, it's only so much you can do. The guys have to go out and play, and at the end of the day, you just hope that they understand, these are playoff games. You can't give any away.
Doc, for Steensma, obviously his first playoff series, how do you think he's responded in the first 2 games?
Well, I thought in game 1 he played pretty well, actually. He was active. I thought he struggled a little bit in game 2. And, listen, we're going to throw him right back out there, and he knows that. So he's young. He's figuring it all out. I think sometimes they make it bigger than it is. I told him after game 2, it's just basketball, at the end of the day. But that's simplifying it for young guys. I've been there, and it's bigger than that for you.
Say last game, missing a couple of guys, you went much further into the bench than you normally do for playoffs.
Yeah.
Now that you got some guys back, do you kind of go back to the original?
No, we may stay deep. with some of our guys who need rest, you know, it's very difficult. And this may be a playoff run that we use a deeper rotation.
Do you think Rondo will be affected by missing one game and coming back today?
It shouldn't be, but I mean, who knows? I mean, you know, you never know how that goes in between years. I mean, you really don't. You don't know if he's going to try to do too much or do too little. You know, a lot of guys, when they come back, they don't want to get in the way, and we want him to get in the way. You know, we want him to have the ball and be aggressive. But you know, with him, with Ray, I mean, I was smart enough to tell you how they were going to play or what they were going to do. I have no idea. Thanks, guys.